Alright, so I finally got my booster box of Journey to Gathering. Let's go ahead and see what we can get from the inside. Alright, so first opening up this box, we do get the box topper Ends Reshiram. That is a very nice promo. Glad that I can at least only get one of them, because that's all I really need. And honestly, there's not too many cards I'm actually looking forward in this set. As far as a lot of the special art cards go, the End Zoroark is super sick, but I think mostly I am needing just the regulars. Clefairy, the regular, Lily's Clefairy is the only one that I actually need, so that I can put it in my playable deck. It would be nice to build an End Zoroark deck, and I think that'd be really cool to actually build out, because it'd be a lot of fun to play, but I don't think it's going to be too much of the main focus of what I'm going to want. So we got Leonis Kilowattrel and a Fire Energy. So honestly, people have been saying that this set has got a lot of good hits, or it's got like a decent hit rate. So we're hoping that we can actually get some art cards. Because honestly, there's not actually too many things I really am looking forward to this set. We got a Moogus EX, that's the first hit of the box. Alright, there's not too many cards that are actually really looking forward to in this set. It kind of also makes it hard that since the next set, Destined Rivals, is coming out sometime in, I believe, May. It's sort of like, it feels like it's a little bit overshadowing this set a bit. Ooh, we get an Art Swinub. I really like this card. It's the only art card that I got in my pre-release tournament. So this is really nice. I now have two of them. So one can now go into the trade binder, and the other one I can keep for my own personal collection. Really cute artwork. Honestly, there's so many good artworks that Pokemon is coming out with this set, as well as the next set. I know that Articuno is one of the more sought after art cards in this set, so hopefully maybe we can pull one. That way I don't have to really buy the individual one. The only other nice one is, and I'm glad they did it a promo, is End Zorua. That one's got a very nice art card as a promo, so I'm very glad that that one, it's a little bit easier to try and get, assuming that you can find a place to get an ETB at decent pricing. Luckily, I pre-ordered mine quite early, so at some point I should be getting that in. It's just all a matter of when. I think we have a basic EX in this one. Depending what it is, Lily's Clefairy. It's the Tapu Koko EX. Also a decently playable card. I've seen some Japanese lists play this when they're facing against Milotic. It is a pretty decent card to have. Now, honestly, I haven't been opening packs in quite a while because it's honestly super hard to even get packs from anywhere. So I'm lucky enough to finally get some of these pre-orders in. Tyranitar and Steel Energy. So hopefully, I know the last time we opened the Japanese set, Heat Wave Arena or Hot Wind Arena, whatever people want to call it, did look mainly for that Cynthia's Garchomp. And I actually got another box, so hopefully we can get some good pulls from that box as well. Alright, we're about a quarter of the way in. Honestly, I feel like, as much as I don't want to be down on myself, I feel like I always get the least amount of hits in a box when it comes to a lot of these sets, because people have been pulling heat specifically from this set, so it's very difficult to actually get any hits for, at least so far, from this set. I didn't open up a lot because honestly it's very hard to get this set anyways, so hopefully maybe we can get something special from this booster box. We're almost halfway through. Only a couple of EXs and one art card to show for it so far. Maybe all the hits are hiding in the second part of the box, or they're just in the back of the box. Well, we got a Cubone, Kamala, and a Clefairy EX. Definitely need that for my Eevee deck. So now, once the set becomes legal for play, I'm going to be able to... Actually, we'll leave it there. So once the set becomes legal for play, I have a Lily's Clefairy that I can put into that deck. Either that, or I know a lot of people are going to be playing that new Terra Box deck that Tord recently played in the Japan's League when he was able to play over there. So that is a highly popular deck also that I've seen a lot of people sort of build out and play. It is a deck that I can build out. I think people typically play 2 Lulu's Clefairy, so I would definitely need to get 1 more. But that one, I did get the milk credit, so at least I'll have the full art version of it. Remoraid, ooh, the full art Dead Dunsparce, it's a nice looking card. Also decently playable. Its first attack does a whole lot of damage when your opponent playing mostly EXs, especially since the Vs have now rotated out of the format. People are going to be playing a whole lot more EXs in their decks. So hopefully that's a nice one-of card to have. And honestly, the full art of it looks super nice. Ooh, Iono's Kilowattrel. This is probably my favorite art card of the set. It is just a regular illustration rare, but it does go well with the Iono's Watchful that Japan got as a promo. A little bit sad that we don't get to have it in England for the Iono's Watchful, but it is nice that we do still get a special art Iono's card, besides having the Belly Bolt, especially. And Reshiram, card, and we got 2 more packs left. 2 more packs left on this one side. Honestly, now we're starting to get to see where all the hits are starting to hide. I feel like a lot of the art cards, we're still looking for a lot of the art cards in this set. But I actually don't even know which art cards are in this set. I'm just letting them all fall. Hop Snorlax. Set that off to the side. We'll open this last pack, and then we're going to go ahead and clean up our mess a bit. Definitely still looking for a lot of the hits. I think we have a basic EX. Ooh, Zoroark, gonna keep that off to the side. It's a really nice card. Zoroark is one of my top 5 favorite Pokemon. And we get a Veluza EX, so another EX hit. Alright, so with 1 half complete, let's go ahead and see if we can get more art cards on the other side. Alright, half of the box down. We got a couple basic EXs. I think we got most of the basic EXs from the first half of the box. So maybe we'll start to see all of the art cards coming in for the second half of the box. So Clink, Lycanroc, and Basic Lightning Energy. Yeah, the only really the only special art card that I actually want from this set is the Ends Zoroark. I think I'm a big fan of sort of the darker cards. But ooh, we get a Zacian EX. That's also a pretty decent card. Okay, we got a decent amount of hits. We got a lot of basic EXs from this box so far. But I know the Iono's Kilowattrel is one of the better art cards. We're still looking for a couple more art cards. Hopefully we can get them within this second half of the box. Now honestly, it'd probably be a lot easier to actually look through the through the ETB guide to see what cards are in this set, because I don't really know what art cards are actually part of this set. I only know the few that people are brought up, like the Wailord, the Articuno, the Swinub that we pulled. And then of course there's all the trainers Pokemon with Hop, Zacian, and Zoroark. Hopefully Iono's Belly Bolt's also one of them. Honestly, I really love what they did with the full art trainer cards. Just having the full art trainer cards on the back side of it, sort of as a spectral trainer version of it. Would honestly love to play with a couple of those ones, especially if we get that Clefairy one. It looks like we got something. We got a Blaziken EX. Also, a card rising up in Japan's format right now. So you see Blaziken is a pretty decent supporting Pokemon that you see in a couple of the Japanese players' lists. So I wouldn't mind playing a deck that utilizes using Blaziken EX. I mean, honestly, there's a decent amount of playable cards from this set, but it's mostly all its own archetype for the most part of these cards. Considering that they're all trainers Pokemon, so they have to almost rely on the trainers themselves. I think Lily's Clefairy is probably the only exception with these cards that I've seen used in a separate deck. So hopefully, and I wouldn't mind, but hopefully we can get maybe a full art Lily's Clefairy. I did pre-order the sort of the milk carton for the Lily's Clefairy, so at least we'll get one of those full art ones. There's the regular Wailord. Honestly, not too many hits from this set. I feel like I haven't watched many people open this set up, mainly because there's not too many cards that I'm actually looking forward to in this set. But I haven't seen many people open it. Ooh, we get the Articuno. It's very nice. Now I don't have to buy that as a single. Very nice. So I know this is one of the art cards that is like more sought after for a lot of people. Just look at that art. It's very beautiful. Gorgeous art card. So I feel like we've now gotten like the more sought after illustration rare cards, at least the ones that I've been looking for. There aren't too many that I'm still needing. I know a lot of people also like the Wailord. I think it's really cool, but I don't necessarily need it. Ooh, we get an Iona's Bellibolt. Initially, I did want to play this Iona's Bellibolt deck, but it seems very difficult to try and draw, or to really get the pieces that you need in order to play that deck. So I've opted to stick with my evolutions, especially because Flareon is my favorite Pokemon. And honestly, it seems pretty decent to play in the next format, considering that Lily's Clefairy helps out with the Dragapult matchup. So very nice to have that there. And it doesn't look like we've got any Enzoroark. I really want to have at least one of the regular EXs for Enzoroark. So hopefully, out of these last 6 packs, we can get maybe one Enzoroark, a Pancham, and a Tyranitar. Not the dark type we are looking for. Right, last 5 packs, still no special illustration rare. We did get a couple of art cards. Honestly, I feel like we got a lot of hits from this box. I need to count it towards the end to see how many we actually got. We got Enstar Manitan, Florigato, Combuskin, and a Ludicolo. Final 4. We'll see. I'm hoping that we maybe pull at least one more art rare, if anything. That's all I can really hope for, is one more art rare, or just maybe even a regular Enzoroark. I don't even have just the basic one. Kecleon, Hop Snorlax, another Hop Snorlax. Alright, final 3. Yeah, honestly, we've gotten a decent amount of the art cards that I want from this set. So that's all I can really ask for when it comes to this one. But Pokemon has definitely become more expensive. And we get a Reshiram EX. Definitely never had that one. I honestly didn't even know it was part of the set. I think I was too focused on just having the Ents Reshiram, but I didn't even know there was Reshiram EX. Alright, final 2 packs. It looks like we just got a whole lot of regular EXs from this booster box, which honestly isn't too bad considering that, I don't have a lot of the regular EXs. Get a Nimble, Articuno, and a Lily's Rabombi. Alright, so final pack. Let's see if we can get one more illustration or art rare. Or maybe even an Enzoroark. I don't think I really see anything. There might be one in the back, I don't know. It could also just be the rare glistening in the back. So I don't think we got an art card. We got a Black Belt's Training and a Volcanion EX, the full art one. Okay, so we at least go out on a hit. Alright, so that is the last pack. Let's go ahead and clean up and see what we got. Alright, so in total we got 13 hits. We got a whole lot of regular EXs. We got 5 regular EXs from this set. We got 3 of the trainer's Pokemon. We are missing that Enzoroark, which is quite unfortunate. We got 2 full art EXs, the Dunsparce and Volcanion EX. And we got our last 3 illustration rare cards. So no specials illustration rare, but I did get 2 out of the 3 illustration rares that I was looking for. So let me know if you guys have been able to open up Journey Together for yourselves and if you've gotten any of the hits that you were looking for.